is being torn down here in round two. Another right back.
Comes back and scores a real good shot to the head of home.
In the next round. It is over the right eye, I believe, of Marvin.
One opportunity for supremacy, for the crown. Two warriors, raising the stakes, raising the game, raising the drama. April 22nd, destinies will be written. Tick, tock, time's up.
Davis versus Ryan Garcia, Saturday, April 22nd, live on pay-per-view.
Okay, so the big fight this weekend. This is Tuesday, before the big fight on Saturday. Wish I could have got this video out earlier, but you know, such is life, right? So this is my second computer prediction, a program that I've been working on for years and years and years. I find it to be very accurate. The first fight I did was the Better Be of Yard fight, in which the computer predicted Better Be of stopping Yard in 6. That was the highest percentage. That was like a 70% chance, if I can remember correctly. Anyway, as we all know, Better Be of, I think he stopped him in 8, so it was pretty close. So the next fight is Garcia Davis. So we're going to go through this quick. I have to say that the computer had a hard time picking between these guys. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that this is a pick-em fight. But let's go through it. So these are the stats that go into, most of the stats that go into the computer. The ones that I left out are height and reach. I think Davis is 5'5", and Garcia is 5'8", or maybe even 5'9". So I left that out. So these are the stats that go into the computer program. So prime are the fighters in their prime? Yes, for both. Endurance, I gave the edge to Garcia. Davis has shown that he does get tired in some of his fights near the end. Strength, I gave it a little bit better for Davis. Pretty much a wash. Now speed, for sure, Garcia gets the nod. 91 out of 100 and Davis 80 out of 100. Foot speed, kind of the opposite. Garcia, while he has very quick hands, doesn't use his feet in the same manner. So what Garcia usually does is he takes a couple of steps back and then stops. Or he just moves his body, moves his head back in a straight line, which I don't like. Davis, on the other hand, uses his feet laterally, back and forth, get out of trouble, etc. So I gave his foot speed 88 versus 80. Boxing ability, Davis gets the nod here again. 91 out of 100 and 83 for Garcia. Now, the next category for the program, I attempt to, we all know that styles makes fights. So I attempt to encapsulate the style for that particular fighter. And I believe they can fall roughly in one of 3 categories: slugger, boxer, or boxer-puncher. And I'll give some examples. A slugger would be Joe Frazier. A boxer would be Muhammad Ali. A boxer-puncher would be Alexis Arguello. The latest version of Tyson Fury. And then we come to chin. So this is a tough category. This is the toughest one I had because the computer program, within the confines of the computer program, and this I had to correct. This took a long time to get the computer program to actually eke out some reasonable results. So a weak chin would be 80. Anything below that, you haven't got a chin. So in other words, when I did, for example, Floyd Patterson versus Ingemar Johansson and Liston and then Ali, Floyd Patterson's chin came in around 85 out of 100. Muhammad Ali's chin would come in at about 98. Marvin Hagler's would come in at 99. Okay, so you get kind of the idea. So, but I don't know if I've ever seen any of these guys get really tested. The only guy who's really been clocked was Garcia, and that was by Luke Campbell. And he got up and was okay. I'd say, 5 or 10 seconds later, he was ready to go. So, and I've never seen, I don't think Davis has ever been down. He's definitely been clocked. No question about that. But I don't think I'm pretty sure he's never been down. So I give Davis 94 out of 100 and 92 for Garcia. Stop previously, no. Punching power. Here's another one that I had troubles with. I edged out Davis over Garcia 91 to 90. But that wasn't my first choice. So I can tell you now that when I first had these inputs in the computer and I reduced that power of Davis from 91 to about 87, 88, Garcia won 80% of the fights. When I upped this punching power to 91, much, much different story. It became almost a toss-up fight. And I'll tell you why. The one fight that Davis was in, and his opponent had a very, very weak chin, and he couldn't stop him, was... Okay, so now we have the results. So I ran the computer program 10 different times. And here we go with what happened. So as you can see, the first fight, Garcia wins 117 to 114. Second fight, Garcia 115 to 113. The third fight, Davis come out on top, 118 to 110. In that fight, however, Garcia was knocked down twice and just wasn't a good result for him. And I think because of those knockdowns, they were early. Next fight, Davis won 115, 113. You can see that they're close. They're pretty close fights. And the fifth one was a draw, which was interesting. You can kind of throw that one out. Sixth fight, Davis, TKO in 3. Seventh fight, Davis, 116 to 112. And then in the eighth fight, Garcia, TKO in 5. Now that's interesting. So the computer thinks that both of them, even though the odds are low, have a chance of knocking each other out. They have the power to do that. Ninth fight, Garcia wins 114 to 113, and the 10th fight, Garcia 115 to 113. So based on that, these are my predictions. So Davis has a 30% chance to win by decision. He has a 10% chance to win by stoppage. Garcia has a 40% chance to win by decision. He has a 10% chance to win by stoppage, and the draw is less than 10%. So based on those, it's very, 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 very close fight. But I lean towards Garcia in a split decision win in 12. So just to let you see what's going on here. So for those interested in some of the stats. So this is the computer program. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because I don't want anybody to copy it. So this is the actual program on that side. It consists of, it's an old computer program called BASIC. I did this 30 years ago and just revitalized it about a year ago. Anyway, you can see how much, I think there's, how many lines? There's about 1,580 lines of programming, right? And so you get the results here. So this is the results of it goes round by round, if you're interested in this. Like, for example, round 1, you can see it's text-based. No graphics like these other ridiculous so-called boxing computer prediction programs where they have Muhammad Ali losing TKO in 6 against Fury. Just ridiculous. Anyway, this is a scientific approach to actually trying to figure out, who's better, and basically give this computer program gives the odds of any given fight. And basically, what I do is I take the fighter's previous fight, each fighter, get the computer to make an accurate prediction of that fight that already occurred, and use those 2 parameters of those fighters to fight each other. And that's as close as I can get. Okay, so that's my prediction. Garcia, split decision win in 12. But don't be surprised if it goes the other way. Actually, don't make any bets on this fight based on this result. See you for the next one.